That's fine. It's fine. So you're gonna say, so that's about all I've got to say.
Okay. Okay, I
I'm gonna
got it.
leave you with the rest of me shooting,
All right, I got it. I got it. Okay.
and then we're gonna pause for a few
Okay.
seconds and do your
Okay.
outro.
Okay. All right, I'm ready. I'm
Okay.
ready.
It's still recording, so whenever
Okay.
you're ready, you can start.
We're off the industrial. Hi guys, John the Firearms Instructor, and welcome back to our channel. I'm glad you're here. If you're new to the channel, my name is John Johnson. I own and operate a firearms training facility down in beautiful Cape Coral, Florida. We're off the southwest side of Florida between Tampa and Naples. If you're one of our loyal subscribers, I want to thank you very much. You guys are really digging what we're doing, and we're glad you're here. So today we're going to do another one of these firearms training drills that I think is very important. And I'm going to ask you a question. What do you consider your defensive accuracy? Defensive accuracy to me is being able to hit a paper plate at any distance that we put it. Obviously, doing this drill at 3 yards or 5 yards would be pretty simple. Where it gets more challenging out past 7 yards, 21 foot, 30 foot, 50 foot, things like that, because you really got to keep the gun from being manipulated. There's a lot of stuff that happens to a pistol. We've talked about grip, we've talked about stance. All that stuff has to be applied in there, but where the real challenge becomes is when we're engaging that trigger. We must keep that gun level the whole time, and we need to press that trigger, not pull it. We need to make sure the weapon's over our dominant eye, and it's in our line of sight as well. It's very important that you get yourself in a position where you practice this as much as possible. The further we shoot a pistol and accurate, the easier it is when those shots are close up and they become chip shots. So years ago when I bow hunted, I used to shoot my broadheads 40 yards right across the street into the target, and that kind of kept me accurate because the deer target was easy. And then as I did it more and more, if a deer was in with 20 feet or less, those shots seemed so simple and so easy. So the more we practice long distance, we have to really, really work on fundamentals with this, because the more we manipulate the pistol by pulling the trigger or squeezing the wrong way or not putting the gun over your dominant eye, that horizontal vertical line, there's so much can happen with the pistol that we got to make sure we get our heads around it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shoot this drill as best I can. And I haven't shot this yet today, so we're new to this. So I'll show you what I do. And as we do it, we'll talk about what I'm doing wrong and how I can improve. Now the 8.5 by 11 piece of paper can be used as well, which is kind of, the NRA many years ago used this. They said if you can hit this anywhere in this in a defensive situation, you're going to win. And that's kind of what we talked about. So what are we talking about speeds? What kind of cadence should we use on this? I would recommend starting out with a slow cadence. Maybe shot every second. And then you could get to maybe a cadence of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That should be able to keep you, and every time you do a number, you're cutting that round. And as you get better and better at it, maybe you can speed it up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And maybe cut those rounds fast. Remember, a level gun shoots level. You must keep the pressure on the gun and keep it stable. But then again, trust your sight impact. Don't look over the gun. And make sure you're concentrating on that front post the best you can. So as you can see how important defensive accuracy is, it's going to help you tremendously, especially if you're doing defensive classes. Too many people get caught up on, I need to hit the bullseye. It's more about, I need to hit the defensive target that I'm aiming at. If you get to a point where you're pointing the weapon, the bullet's impacting, you're going to be a lot better. You're going to be a lot more cleaner, and your shots are going to be a lot nicer. The concept more than anything else is you need to trust that when you put the gun out in front of you, it's going to go where you need to go. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to add the shooting part of this on top of this. We're trying to mix these two videos together. I think it works a lot better this way because it gives us voiceover, because sometimes when we shoot the gun, it makes a lot of crack in the mic. So we're trying to do what we can, and here we go with that. You slow down the cadence a little bit on this.
They're all on the plate.
Beautiful, beautiful. Let's bring that in. All right. Cut that. Pulled one. All right, guys, you can see this is something you can put yourself in, have some fun with, work on your speed versus accuracy. Could I have shot this faster? Probably not. Could I have shot it slower? Yeah. In a real world situation, your defensive accuracy is something you need to work on. If you can't do this at 3 yards, there's no reason to push it out to 5 yards or 7 yards or 10 yards. We always talk about leveling out that gun, keeping the gun level, and trusting your engagement. Slow trigger pull will work, but in a high stress situation, all that crap goes out the window. We just got to be able to trust our sights, level it out, and punch. And the one thing about most of the Tauruses, this G3, if you look, there's no back sights on this thing. So basically it's blacked out. So this is the defensive sight. So in a real world, if we're laying this sight out here, all this stuff in the back, the target itself is blurry, and this front post is crisp as possible. So in my opinion, you need to work on that front post as best you can. All right, guys, so here we go. That was pretty good. I was somewhat accurate. I know I pulled a couple of them, but you know that's the way it goes. I will tell you this, the more you practice this drill, the more you'll become more proficient and the tighter your grips will be. Stop being so bullseye and start working about that vital triangle. That's kind of why I'm always preaching aim small, miss small. That's the most important thing about this thing is we look at the center of the paper plate and being able to impact that with the bullet is almost simple once you start getting the concept of it. Well, I hope you like this video. I hope it helps you. I think you should try this next time you go to the range. 8.5 inch piece of paper, 8 inch paper plate. These are very inexpensive. You can throw those in your range bags and work on your defensive accuracy. Until next time, guys, God bless, be safe, and remember, you are your first line of defense. Guys, if you like what we're doing, and you are, please don't forget to hit the bell icon, the subscribe, and the like button. And every time we upload a video, you'll be the first to know. We'll see you.